learn how much this generation absorbs music and how much they rely on music to move, to express their thoughts. It's really not very different from when I was growing up, but when I was you all's age, I didn't think about music as an outlet for expressing my fears or expressing my anxieties or even expressing my anger. And a lot of music these days seems to do exactly the same kinds of things that music was doing 20 and 30 years ago, but in a different kind of way. And I think that's something we have to understand as adults and as teachers, that the expression may be very different. You know, we didn't have, okay, the whole rap and hip hop movement started actually in 1979, 1980, and believe it or not, I was close to your age around that time, and we just thought of hip hop and rap music in particular. It wasn't called hip hop, but rap music. We thought of it as dance music, but not as music that really reflected what people were thinking and how people were feeling and how people were living and the struggles that people were having. And the music sort of moved into that kind of expression. And I think it's important for me and for other music teachers to know that, yeah, this is different, but it's still in many ways the same kind of energy. It's just channeled in a different genre and in a different way. Maybe it's more speaking than it is singing, or maybe it's more of the beat than it is about the melody, but it's still a musical expression, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, how I see it, I see music as poetry.
Okay.
Music can be a message. It can be advice. It can be, something to keep you going.
Mhm.
Am I right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's what makes music meaningful to people who perform it and for people who listen to it, because they want to find something in it that helps them to relate and to reflect. And maybe the music in some ways sometimes can speak on your behalf. So oftentimes I will ask young people, well, why do you like that song? And they'll say, well, because I think it has something to say, and sometimes it's saying the same things that I'm feeling, which was why I wanted to do this project with a middle school choir, because I wanted you to have an opportunity to write down on paper what it is that you have to say. And because that's very important. In order for you to feel like you can really relate to the music, I wanted the words to be your words. And so that's part of my inspiration for wanting to do this project with Wilson Middle, because I felt that after watching the program and knowing your teachers and working with your teachers, I felt like this group of young people had something very important that they wanted to say. And I tried very hard to pull a lot of those ideas from all 72 of you and to put them into a song and put them on paper in a way that hopefully reflected your feelings and your ideas about life. And never give up seems to be something that a lot of you had on your mind, about not giving up, about perseverance, and about pushing forward, even if that means leaning on somebody else or getting somebody else, when you're lost in the night, I'll be your light. And so that talks about friendship. That was another theme that came up a lot in the music. So this project is really a reflection of all of you. And it was simply my job to try to pull those ideas together and then write a melody that would hopefully, connect with you as well, and write it in a style that you all actually chose. If you remember from the second class period, maybe it was the first class period, where we had all of these pieces of paper and the board was up, and we were trying to figure out how fast or how slow we wanted it to be and what sort of the large themes were, and I think we got there.
It was actually kind of exciting because, as teenagers, the only really choices that we have in life are if we're gonna eat this type of cereal in the morning or if we're just gonna eat a sandwich in the morning. So having a choice to be a part of something that would actually greatly impact our experience here in Woodrow Wilson was really, really exciting, and I would totally do it again.
As us as teenagers, people don't really listen to what we have to say, like what we're thinking. But when you came and you turned like all our thoughts into something extraordinary, it felt like we were being listened to for once.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I think that's important. It's really difficult with everything that's going on in the world, whether you're in school or at home with your parents or somewhere else. I think sometimes it's easy, I know for me, to forget that young people have something to say. And I think it's a generational thing, because when I grew up a long time ago, it was your age, I'm going to be very honest here and candid, even though the camera's rolling. I'm not sure how often I was asked when I was in school as a student, well, so-and-so, what do you think? Or what do you have to say? Or what's on your mind? How would you do this? Or what do you think about this? And I think for me, as a middle school teacher, when I started teaching, I had to kind of change my whole ideas about working with students, because I began to realize exactly what you said, that these young people have something to say, and it can't always just be me as the teacher saying, do this, do that, do this, do that. It's this way, it's that way, because I said so, and I'm the teacher, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that was kind of the way I was taught, and so I had to catch myself when I was teaching that way and realize, well, maybe this song will go better if I let the students tell me what they're really thinking about it. Or maybe this project, I taught general music also, maybe this project will go better if, rather than me giving the students, 1, 2, 3, 4, do this, do this, do this, do this, maybe I should let them choose or have some input in it. And now that I do that in my own teaching, not just with your age group, but with college students, it seems to work better. And so I want to encourage you, as you move through your own work as students here and in high school, to find opportunities for you to express your own ideas, but find ways to do that in very creative and constructive ways. In other words, if you feel like you have something to say, find a way to do it very constructively and respectfully, as opposed to, I'm just going to yell out what I think, or I'm going to write a note, or I'm going to text my friend, what I'm thinking, because the teacher's not going to listen to me or something. So I think it's important for you as young people to be leaders for your classmates. And if you have something to say, find some creative ways to do it and some positive and constructive ways of doing it, as opposed to destructive or negative ways. And I think that sometimes your generation can get a bad reputation because it's people feel like, well, we know they have something to say, but the way they're saying it is they're cursing, they're being disrespectful, they're yelling. So if you have something to say, find constructive ways to do it, and encourage your friends to find constructive ways to do it. And I bet people will listen to you or take you more seriously if you find constructive ways as opposed to destructive